Hey everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the stocks and FANG stocks. We're going to take a look at the technology sector. So yeah, even with the markets, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average being under pressure, the Nasdaq has been super strong, and technology has been just cooking, leading the way higher. And so yeah, we're going to take a look first at Facebook here. As you can see, it did break above the 50-day simple moving average. It closed above the green line, so that was a very strong close. It also closed above the 100-day simple moving average, which is the gold line down here. And so the close above both levels is signaling more upside potential. The next key level to break is the closing price on February 26th. That is lined up with the upper Bollinger Band. If it can close above that 185 resistance level, that's going to be the big signal that it's ready to head higher, and it could head back up to test this 190s resistance zone. Now, if you see it stall out at 185, that could signal temporary resistance. If it pulls back below the 50-day simple moving average, that would be a red flag. Okay, let's look at Amazon. Okay, Amazon breaking out, having its all-time high close here at 1545. I mean, just an amazing run, super strong. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, as this is hitting the stratosphere. And so basically, you have another high close, 4-day rally. The one, I don't know how much of a red flag this is, but this is just something that has been catching my eye. Notice the declining volume pattern. So as the share price is heading higher, the volume is decreasing. That is a signal that the buyers are tiring on the way up. So yeah, we always keep an eye out for a volume spike when that happens. A red volume spike would be a signal that it's cooling down. Basically, you want to see EMA4 at 1530 hold. If there's a close below 1530, that'll be a signal that it's taken a breather. As long as the EMA4 is holding, the signal is to keep riding. Okay, let's look at Apple, AAPL. Okay, so yeah, it pulled back today. It did form a doji. So it had the gap down open, and notice today's candle, the open is the same level as the close. That forms the doji candlestick. So, many times, that does signal a bounce on a pullback. We'll see if it can hold EMA 13. That line has been holding the orange line. So a close below the 174.42 level, that would be a red flag, putting the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-day simple moving average down here at 171 on deck. If it closes above EMA4, that's the pink line, and 176, that'll be a signal that it wants to head higher. So 176 to the upside, and 174.50 to the downside. All right, so keep an eye on Apple. We'll see if it can break out higher, or if it's going to break down. It's going to be really interesting heading into the end of the week here. Let's look at NFLX Netflix. Okay, so very interesting move here today as well. It has a super strong uptrend. Notice how the candles, have been, since this close right here on the 12th of February, every close has been above the pink line. So as long as that pink line is holding at 315.44, the swing trade signal is just to keep riding. Okay, so once you see a close below 315.44, that'll be your signal. Okay, yeah, it's cooling down, similar to this candle right here, and that's when it pulls back. Okay, and that's when you could possibly get a drop down to that middle Bollinger Band. That'll be the big signal. Okay, yeah, it's finally cooling down. As long as it's holding, it signals there's more upside potential. Okay, so it did close above the open today. It needs to push higher and make another all-time high close here. So 325.50 is the big resistance level to break. Notice it did form bearish descending hawk reversal pattern today. Okay, so you have the small white body and into the prior body. I don't know that it's not a super strong reversal pattern. We're just going to see how this plays out. Okay, let's look at GOOGL. This is Google. It had a nice move, just very similar to the Facebook move here. Notice how Facebook got above the green line, and how the Google chart looks very similar. Got back above the green line today. It is on a multi-day run, so it's up 4 days in a row. And then today it closed above the 50-day simple moving average at 1108. And so if that level turns into support, that's going to be the signal. Okay, yeah, this is ready to keep pushing higher. If it drops back below the 50-day simple moving average, it could pull down to test that middle Bollinger Band at 1088. To the upside, what you're looking for is a break above this 1130 resistance zone, and then that was the bottom of this gap. So there's a gap over here between low of day on this candle and high of day of this candle. And so right now the top of the gap is the closing price on the 26th. And so you're looking for a run back up to that 1130 bottom of the gap, and then testing this high close on the 26th. And then if it can get above that level, then it's the bottom of the gap, or the top of the gap up there at 1170 is the next key level. Okay, so yeah, we'll see if Google can keep pushing higher. It's all about staying above the 50-day simple moving average once there is a close above. Okay, let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft has a nice, I would almost say, yeah, it's an interesting pattern. Let's just put it that way. It had a V-shaped recovery. Now it's bounced back off of the middle Bollinger Band here, and it's in the middle, of this between the top here at 95.50 and the bottom down here at 91.50, and so right here at 94, it's kind of in the middle. If it can break above the 94 resistance level, 95.50 will be the next key level to break. It's that closing price on the 26th of February. Now, if it drops below 93 and it drops below the EMA 13, that's when you can see that middle Bollinger Band down there at 91.76 tested. Okay, so yeah, this is it's bouncing back and forth with the markets. Okay, let's look at Twitter here. So Twitter is actually breaking out. I mean, this is an amazing move. Yeah, it's incredible that we have so much going on, and these stocks are pushing and making new highs. Technology has been super strong. So yeah, as you can see here, Twitter is like up here at 36.76. It's busting out here. It busted. It closed above the previous high here at this 34.50 level. And so as long as the EMA 4 at 34.55 is holding the pink line, the signal is to keep riding. You want to see that 34 level turn into support. That was the big breakout when it got above this high close here. So when this candle right here on Monday on the 5th was signal more upside potential. It came down, and then when it closed above high close resistance, that signaled that it wanted to head higher. And so yeah, now you're just looking. Your clue now is if EMA 4 is holding, signals to keep riding. If it closes below, that's going to be your signal that it's cooling down. As long as the middle Bollinger Band down there at 32.50 holds, similar to when it was tested back here, the uptrend is intact. Okay, let's look at Snap, SNAP. Yeah, so this is trying to get above the middle Bollinger Band here. The dotted purple line at 1843. That's the key level to break. Notice how all these candles have been hitting the dotted purple line and pulling back, but they have been working higher. And so basically a close above 1843 is going to be your signal that's ready to push higher. And then you're looking for, coming back up to this 2050, 21 level. If it fails to get above 1843, it could cool down. Now 1777, EMA 13 is the key level to hold. If it drops below that, that's when it could pull back and test the 50 and 200-day simple moving averages. If you see here, this would be the big support level down here at about 1625. Okay, now let's look at Intel. Intel is on the breaking out higher here. So this is another breakout chart. As you can see here, similar to Amazon and Twitter, it's pushing out to new highs. Okay, so it closed above. It's on the multi-day run. It's on a 4-day run, and then it just closed above yesterday's closing price. You want to keep an eye on EMA 4 at 50.37. As long as that's holding, the uptrend is intact. If it closes below that level, that's going to be your signal that it's cooling down. So right now it's trying to break out to new levels. So this is a very sweet move after it had had the top here. It topped out, and then it pulled back, and then it came back up, and it formed that bearish engulfing reversal pattern. It pulled back, and it found support off of EMA 13, and now it's been able to break out higher above that level. So that was really sweet recovery. And so yeah, congratulations everybody. Intel has been pushing really strong. If you look at the weekly chart here for Intel, you can see this week's candle is busting through the upper Bollinger Band, and it's trying to head to that next level. It's currently 48.97 is the key level level to hold. As long as it's staying above 49 and closing above that level for the week, that's a signal to keep riding. Okay, for as long as the EMA 4 on the weekly chart's holding, the chart is super strong. The candles do work back into the bands. You want to see that level hold. Yeah, it's been working its way higher here. Yeah, we'll just have to see if the uptrend can continue. Like I said before, it has multiple weeks in a row. So yeah, Intel has been incredibly strong. Okay, let's look at NVDA. Okay, so NVIDIA here is trying to break this descending resistance line. So it has this red descending resistance line. It's right at that level right now. A close above would signal it wants to head higher. So above 242 would be really bullish. 242.50. That would be a signal. Yeah, it's heading to that next level. And then the big level to break is going to be the closing price on the 20th. That 248 level, 249. That's the big level to break. That's the top of this channel. It's right now. It's in the middle of basically the sideways channel. It broke below. But it's been trading in this range, and so if it drops below that middle Bollinger Band at 238.55, that's going to be your signal that it's cooling down. Above 242. That's going to be putting that 248 on deck. If it does drop below 238.50, that's when you can see a drop down to 232.50 to test this ascending support line and the 50-day simple moving average. Okay, and then yeah, not this chart I showed you in that last video, but finally let's look at BABA here, BABA, and you can see here it's closed above the 50-day simple moving average as well. And so yeah, this is similar to a couple of the other charts, not the Apple, but the let's see here. It's similar to Facebook, how Facebook closed above the 50-day simple moving average. Yeah, and similar to Google, how Google closed above the 50-day simple moving average. BABA has the same chart, similar chart setup. It just closed above that 50-day simple moving average, and so it needs to hold that level. That would be bullish. You have the descending resistance line here, and so that 190 level is going to be a crucial level to break. And yeah, we'll see if it can keep pushing higher. Yeah, this is a really big move for technology. Is it going to break out now and head to the next level? Or is it going to cool down after a multi-day run? We'll know by whether or not these key support levels hold. Above 146 is really bullish for BABA right now. It just needs to stay above that 50-day simple moving average, and that signals that this uptrend is intact. If it drops back below, that's going to be a signal that it's cooling down. Yeah, if you see BABA trading above 190, that's going to be a clear signal that it's heading higher. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video. If you'd like to learn more about charts and technical analysis, please come check out our chat. I'll post the link below the video. Thank you.